Worcestershire, Revenge of Trouble and Strife.
Back for a third series, never out of the heats though.
So what revenge tools do you have of destruction?
Well, we have two tools here. We have a disc, which is the outside body of the robot, which spins around driven by a petrol engine.
Oh, petrol engine.
Petrol engine, yeah, a bit unreliable, but when it's going, it's pretty formidable. And we also have a flipper, which is the front bit, which is run straight off the gas tank, so a high pressure flipper. And
petrol engines
flips.
can be unreliable,
They can,
can't
yeah.
they? And can't they blow up when there's fire around?
Well, if you're careful, you can, probably be safe. But there is a risk of massive combustion here.
A CO2 flipper, a 25 kilo rotating body spinning at 500 RPM, but the petrol engine slightly combustible. It's an understatement.
Roboteers, stand by.
So, to Revenge of Trouble and Strife, they're on the left, the Forsey family spawn again, Darren Haydenboard, Luke Jackman on the right. Chip on the left-hand side, captained by Rob Jones, and those guys from Holland and the Meter Machine. And there in the arena for the House Robots is Mr. Psycho. And Dead Metal too. 2, 1,
activate.
Well, I fancy spawn again here because of the record. And immediately out in the arena floor, you just heard a horn, the horn on Meter Machine. They're a good team, fun team from Holland, from St. Martinsburg, Meter Machine. And there with a snow plough front as well, and the axe comes down, spawn again dodges, and seems to think Chip is the weakest. Oh, goodness me, yes it was! They've had their chips. They're out! What an attack there by Spawn again. Bang! Out of the frying pan and into the fire. Oh, and look at the front there. Meter Machine's axe went as well. On Revenge of Trouble and Strife's play, we're seeing again Chip's exit from the arena. They didn't last long, did they? Rob Jones and young Gareth, his son, and Tom Ross. But Revenge of Trouble and Strife very quietly wrecked Meter Machine's bid, I think, as well. And now Revenge is toppled by Spawn again, which has been going about its business. Can Revenge of Trouble and Strife self-right there? Peter Forsey and sons Jake and Sam. Oh, this is the power of Spawn again. CO2 flipper out there. Revenge of Trouble and Strife, 93 kilos. Wrights comes down, has to get away from Spawn again's flipper. Where's Meter Machine? In the arena centre, and the ref bot's having a look, and I think they're going to be counted out, which means Spawn again could well be causing damage to Revenge of Trouble and Strife for later on in the contest. Because I don't think those Dutch boys, Arthur van Ulf, Albert Bloemers and Wouter van der Ende are going to be around much longer, do you? Meter Machine counted out. It was the spinning disc of Revenge of Trouble and Strife that did all the damage, and now they're in trouble themselves. Self-riding once again. They need to stay out of trouble. In comes Mr. Psycho onto Meter Machine. Revenge of Trouble and Strife hoisted Spawn again. Looks well on the way to another series semi-final, unless something special happens in this heat to stop it. Ooh, they nearly backed then onto the House Robot. Dead Metal and Mr. Psycho making mincemeat of Meter Machine. Revenge of Trouble and Strife stopped. There on the floor flipper. Meter Machine. Didn't really get off the ground. Oh. Now it's ruined everything. Can't get the floor flipper to flip it again now. Go on, nudge it out. What's that? Oh, now Dead Metal's got caught underneath. You're ruining my fun here. That's better. Although, isn't it? What's happened to the floor flipper? Doesn't look right to me. Meter Machine. Bottoms up. Pressurised by the two House Robots. Ooh. Towards the pit. Big Machine. Wonder if it'll go down there. Just about. Mr. Psycho nearly followed him in. The end of Meter Machine.
6. What a battle. What a battle. Chip gets chopped and it all goes messy for Meter Machine. That means Spawn again and Revenge of Trouble and Strife. They go marching on!
Okay, what is going on here? Trouble and strife.
Yeah, absolutely, trouble and strife. We've had to build a new bit to replace a bit that got damaged in the last battle, and it's been a bit of a struggle to fit it. And time is short.
Time is short. Time
And it's
is
pressure.
gonna-
It's pressure.
So you are through the second round. How are you feeling about that?
Not bothered.
You're not bothered, but is your robot going to be ready?
Yeah.
Raging Knightmare.
Well, they talk about the flipper, but they haven't walked the walk so far. Nigel Paget captaining with Markham and Lee Summers.
Revenge of Trouble and Strife.
The spinning drum is destructive. It's deceptive. Peter, Jake and Sam Forsey in there.
Roboteers, stand by.
In the arena for the house robots, Growler, very quick across the arena floor, let me tell you. And Sir Killalot, mean, moody, magnificent.
3, 2, 1.
Again, very even this. You've got that spinning heavy drum on Revenge of Trouble and Strife. And you've got the flipper of Raging Knightmare, this time working. Revenge of Trouble and Strife can self-right using its flipping arm as a self-right and turns Raging Nightmare over. And Raging Nightmare flips itself back right way up. That's 3 or 4 flips though from the Knightmare team, and they are limited to 30 launches because of the amount of CO2 on board. So you can count along as we watch. There's another one, look. Now they'll have to self-right. This is all music to the ears of Revenge of Trouble and Strife. They bash. They have respect. There you can see Jake Forsey, 10. His brother Sam is in there, 8. You can see Raging Knightmare flipping again and expending energy wastefully. Lee Summers driving Raging Knightmare as Revenge of Trouble and Strife bounces away. 25 kilo disc spinning at 500 RPM. Raging Knightmare is the heavier over all of these two by 5 kilos. Ooh, they were in underneath Revenge of Trouble and Strife momentarily. 1.5 centimetres of ground clearance there on the Revenge machine. And Raging Knightmare trying to expose that, but they can't lift 93 kilos, and that is a problem for Raging Knightmare. I'd have to say at the moment, on that battle-scarred arena floor, they look to be the more aggressive. Revenge of Trouble and Strife is smoking. There is a problem with the electronics. The 24-volt electronics made from a golf caddy is the motor of Revenge of Trouble and Strife. And they are in major trouble now. I don't know whether Dad, Peter and the boys can get it moving. I don't think they can they? Not by the look of that. That is CO2 venting away. It means there has been a rupture in the CO2 system. You can see there the pipe has come adrift, which means they can't self-right. They have no power. They're gone. They're pitted, and Raging Knightmare are through to the heat final. But another good tussle.
Well, fairly comprehensive. Revenge of Trouble and Strife in the pits. Raging Knightmare through to the heat final. Well, Revenge of Trouble and Strife. We've got lots of weapons. It didn't work though, did it?
Well, they both worked, you know. We're beaten on the day by a good team, really.
It's a good robot, but it just didn't seem to
Really get going, didn't
get
it?
going.
No, it didn't get. For some reason, we weren't getting the full Monty out of the engine, but I don't know why. Lumpy petrol.
With the flipper and,
Yeah, I
and
know.
with the spinner, you'd think, wow,
Yeah.
awesome robot.
Well, thanks, yeah.
But you've got to go back to the drawing board and get it working properly, I suppose.
We might go back to bed, actually. That might be
Have you been working on it hard?
We have, yeah. And it's still a bag of you know what, really.
it's been a nightmare to get ready, but you made it into the arena,
Yeah,
and you've
that's
come
true.
this far.
Yeah.
But it wasn't to be this time.
Nope.
You're taking it well. Have you enjoyed yourself?
Yep.
All right. We hope to see you back. Ladies and gentlemen, Revenge of Trouble and Strife!